Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Daniela Wallen, senior basketball player from Caracas, Venezuela, has been named the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row at this point. Daniela, a trip to New Orleans over the weekend, you had a buzzer beater against Loyola. Tell us about that play where you won the game on the last shot.
Well, that play will be for Mariana Duran, that she had the screen for me, but she stopped the ball and she don't know what to do with that. And she passed to me and I looked the clock and I said, okay, what I have to do now? And I just take a couple dribbles and take a time to shot and fake and make that shot. I don't know how, but I made it and we just went. That's amazing.
How long have you been playing basketball?
I got 6 years playing basketball. Yeah, I started when I was 15 years old.
How close was Venezuela to qualifying for the Olympics last year?
Oh, we was so close. We go to the qualifying games. We play with Spain and China, but we lose the both games. But it was a good experience. I had fun with my team. We don't made it, but we got the experience.
You mentioned your teammate Mariana Duran, also from Venezuela. What's it been like being able to have her on the team with you?
Play with her is so easy. We know each other. So when she look at me and I look at her, now we know what we have to do. And that's the pass that she make, the dribbles. I know what she's gonna do when we are on the court together. So yeah, it's easy playing with her.
If you played another sport besides basketball, what would you play?
Soccer.
Have you played soccer before?
Yeah.
And what kind of experiences have you had in soccer?
Well, not a lot because I just play to have fun, but I like it. I watch soccer. Yeah, I just to have fun. Also, I play ping pong. And what else? I can play any sport. Yeah.
How did you learn English when you got here to America?
Well, my first year was so hard because I didn't know nothing. I just know to say hello, bye. I don't know. That's all I know to say. And I have 3 years here, three years and a half. And I learned a little bit more, but I know I have to keep going, Yeah.
What do you think is in your future after you're done here playing basketball at OCU?
Well, I want to play pro if I can, but first I want to graduate and school done of my school, and then find a job or play pro. That's all I want.
All right, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Daniela Wallen. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to men's basketball coach Vinay Patel. The Stars went 3-0 last week with 2 wins against ranked opponents. And Coach, your team is now at 6-0 on the year. What did last week do for your team's momentum to start the season?
I don't know if I'd necessarily use the word momentum. We kind of took it one game at a time. I think everybody in our locker room understood how big a week that was. When we built that schedule that we did for this season, we kind of looked at it and said, all right, this is going to be a very difficult week for us, and we're going to know exactly where we're at as a team going into conference play, which is part of the reason I tried to set it like that, is to just really test us and see how it was going to be. And realistically, in my mind, I had hopes of just winning 2 out of 3, and I had kind of told Robbie, our assistant coach, that if we could steal a couple this week, it'd be really good to kind of see where we're at. And I had no clue we were going to be able to string all 3 of them together, but the guys played really well. We did a very good job of taking it one game at a time, and hopefully that's how we continue to keep doing it, is just preparing one day at a time.
You guys have only been out-rebounded in 1 game so far. I know you built this team with the idea toward having a dominant post presence. How much pride does your team take in rebounds?
I don't know how much pride we take yet. It's something I take a lot of personal pride in as a basketball coach, but it's something I've really questioned our team the last couple outings now. We got out-rebounded on Saturday for the first time all year. Whether it was an exhibition game, scrimmage, or games that have counted, we've won the battle on the glass every time. The closest someone had come prior to that was 2 rebounds to us. So, I was very disappointed in that when I saw that stat sheet that they had out-rebounded us, LSUS, and give them credit for doing it. But, for us, I just think it was maybe some mental lapses as I go back and watch it, that we're forgetting assignments and things like that. And it's something I want our team to take a lot of pride in. I think that's going to really help us in the long term of this season, over the course of the year, is being really good in that area of the game. And last year our team proved to be really good as far as defensive rebounding. And, I've kind of put that challenge to this team. I feel like we're bigger and more athletic than we were than a year ago, and I don't see why there's any reason we don't win the battle of the glass every single night we hit the floor.
You also set a school record against Langston with 14 blocked shots as a team. What went into a performance like that?
Recruiting. I don't really know what to say. We had 67 blocks as a team last year total. We went out and signed Xavier Smith. He had 70 blocks total by himself last year. And so, just the way we filled our team, Walter Rickett is an explosive athlete at the wing spot. He comes up with blocks. Tyler Alderman had 5 in that game against Langston. Xavier Smith had 6. Brandon Patton's been getting block shots, who's a returner from last year. So I just feel like because we've added some additional length, which was one of our goals when we went out to build this team to help us out defensively, that it's starting to pay dividends now. And I think these guys playing together, they're starting to really understand each other and spots on where to come over to help and things like that. And I think as it goes on, I think we could see a repeat performance, or if not even more, in another game, because we're slowly but surely getting better defensively. And it's a little bit slower than I would like, but we're getting there. And I think as we improve, we could maybe see that number improve as well.
Terrence Bonhomme came up with a couple of game winners so far in the year. He's done that a couple times before in his career as well, and scored 29 points apiece against the 2 ranked opponents that you played. Tell me about the kind of start that Terrence has had.
It's kind of been a unique year with him so far. He had a very good exhibition game against Midwestern where he went for over 30. And then he actually began the season in I guess you would call it a shooting slump. I don't necessarily call it a slump with him. That kid puts in so much work on his own time. 2, 3, 4 times a week you'll walk in the gym and in between classes or whatever it may be, and Terrence will be in there shooting. So I don't necessarily call it a slump when a kid works on his game as much as he does. So it never shocks me to see the results of the game from him, because I haven't seen in a long time a young man put in as much time and effort and practice into what he does as much as he does. And what people don't understand is it's not just basketball with him. He does that whether it's in academics or his personal life. He is on pace right now for a potential 4.0 semester, which is going to be phenomenal for him if he can finish strong these last 2 weeks. So, with him, it never ceases to surprise me. The good thing is we're starting to see some really good play out of some of our other guys. Xavier Smith had 27 and 13 on Saturday. You've seen Lou Dunbar go for 28 in a game. Walter Ricketts led us in scoring in a game. Tyler Alderman's had a game of 16. So if you look at us statistically, I feel like we're difficult to defend because we've had 4 or 5 guys lead us in scoring already. So, with Terrence starting to pick it up, I think that makes us even more dangerous basketball team moving forward.
Terrence has made himself into a great outside shooter. Lou Dunbar also is a great outside shooter. Tell me about that dynamic of your team, the long-range shot.
Well, you questioned it after the first
did.
week. You said we weren't going to be that good a shooting team, in your opinion. But no, this team has been good. We shot 50% Saturday. I think we were 12 of 24. We have post players that could step out and hit it. Xavier Smith hit a couple in the last game. Brandon Patton hit a couple in the last game. Lou Dunbar has been obviously shooting the ball really well. Terrence was 6 of 8 in a single game by himself from the three. So, I've always felt like that's a strength of ours. And the reason why I guess people would say otherwise is we don't take a ton of them.
Right.
We do a really good job of attacking the basket and getting to the foul line. And I think that's something more I've been pleased about than anything is our free throw percentage. We're well over 73% from the foul line, which is very good for a basketball team. Terrence hasn't missed a free throw this year, and Xavier Smith, I think, has missed one the entire year. Those two are leading the way, but I think because of the way we play inside out, and we work for good shots and what I call great shots at times, it makes it easier for us to be a good three-point shooting team when you're taking the right ones. I think you see a lot of teams take very difficult ones, step-back threes or contested threes, and that lowers your percentage, but the ones we're taking right now are high percentage, so it doesn't shock me that our percentage has been pretty good through 6 games.
You dip your toe into conference play in this week and then take a step back. We'll play some more non-conference games in the month of December before conference play really gets started in the new year. Tell us about your upcoming schedule.
We play John Brown on Thursday, a very good basketball team. Jason does a really good job coaching his team. His assistant coach, Ty Beard, and I have been friends for 7-8 years. I really enjoy watching their teams play. I don't necessarily enjoy preparing for them. They run a true motion offense. Almost every kid on their floor can shoot the basketball from the perimeter, and it makes it very difficult for us to defend, especially with our interior guys having to be asked to guard on the perimeter some. So that's going to be a huge game for us on Thursday. And then Saturday, and not trying to look ahead at all, but we have Wayland Baptist coming to town, and they're off to a great start as well. They've beat some of the best in Division II already. They went on the road and beat Colorado School of Mines, who was the number 12 Division II ranked team in the country, and so it's 2 tough games for us this week. But for us, and I feel like I'm just always echoing the same thing. We try to take it a day at a time, and our goal for today, hopefully, is to win practice a little bit later today and turn around and do that again tomorrow, and hopefully that puts us in position to be able to have success come Thursday and come Saturday. So right now, our focus is on John Brown and what they do and what we can do to slow them down. But I think they're playing really good basketball right now, and it's going to be a very difficult game for us on the road.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. We're talking to men's basketball coach Vinay Patel, and you can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.